things not to do in the Netherlands. In this video, we'll be discussing 10 things not to do in the Netherlands. We'll give you an insight of what mistakes and etiquette faux pas are best avoided when visiting this unique country. So sit back, relax and enjoy as we provide you with some essential knowledge and useful tips on how to experience the Netherlands without making any inappropriate social blunders. 1. Don't call it Holland. The great debate. Why don't we call it Holland? It's a question that has been around for generations and one that continues to divide people even to this day. To some, calling the Netherlands Holland is an outdated practice. To others, it's simply part of their culture. It is one of those things not to do in Netherlands. It all comes down to geography. Historically speaking, Holland only referred specifically to 2 provinces in the country, North and South Holland. Yes, these are 2 very important parts of the country, but there are also 10 other provinces, making it 12 in total. Calling every single province Holland would be incorrect, as therefore not everyone from the Netherlands is from those specific 2 places. 2. Don't assume everybody speaks perfect English. The Netherlands is a tiny European country with numerous native speakers of different languages. If you're going there, don't assume everyone speaks English. It is one of the don'ts of visiting the Netherlands that you should definitely consider. Most Dutch people speak English as a second language, especially in cities, but they may not always communicate with tourists. Travellers who speak English without trying Dutch may even offend locals. It's also crucial to consider the Dutch's other languages, such as German and French, which would demand a different level of linguistic awareness to converse with locals. Mispronunciation is worse than blank stares in ordinary conversations. 3. Sidewalks are to walk and bike lanes are for bikes. If you're planning to visit the Netherlands anytime soon, there's something important that you need to remember. Sidewalks are for walking and bike lanes are for biking. Now, I know this seems like a no-brainer, but it's one of those things not to do in Netherlands. It might seem strange that such a simple concept would even need mentioning, but trust me, not adhering to these rules could have some serious consequences. After all, the Netherlands is considered the bicycle capital of the world, so that should give you an inkling as to how big cycling culture is here. In fact, did you know that there are more bicycles than people living in Amsterdam? If you get into a tussle with one of those infamous 2-wheelers, then believe me, you won't come off well. So make sure that no matter where you go, keep away from those bike lanes and stick close by the sidewalk. It'll save any potential embarrassment, or worse yet, accidents. 4. Netherlands is not just Amsterdam. It's easy to get lost in the beauty of Amsterdam and forget that there is so much more to Netherlands. Yes, it may be true that Holland is often associated with its beloved capital city, but don't forget Netherlands is made up of 12 provinces beyond just North Holland. Each province has its own unique culture, distinct attractions and flavour, something to discover. Take a bike ride through Gelderland or explore ancient castles in Limburg, experience cultural extravaganzas in Zeeland or enjoy water sports at one of the many beaches along the Dutch coast. In Noord-Brabant, you can take part in some serious art appreciation while enjoying some traditional stampot, a classic Dutch mashup dish. All these exciting opportunities waiting for you are worthy enough reason to propel any traveller out from the alluring cobblestone streets of central Amsterdam. 5. You are not special. Many visitors don't realise is that there are also some important things to remember when visiting the Netherlands. One of those things is not considering yourself special. This can be tricky for visitors from other countries who may not understand this Dutch concept at first glance. In short, you should always treat everyone equally in the Netherlands, regardless of status or title, as if worldly titles mean nothing and no one is better than anyone else. That doesn't mean you have to forget your own status or position, just don't flaunt it around or expect special treatment because of it. 6. Please don't steal bikes. Everyone is aware of the Dutch obsession with bicycles. Bike thieves, as in every other love story, are the baddies in this one. The painful reality began in the late stages of World War II, when German soldiers stole bicycles from Dutch soldiers. The war was coming to an end, and the Germans were departing the Netherlands as rapidly as they could, using any means possible. They began by confiscating all motorised vehicles, including cars, motorcycles and tractors. When there was nothing left, they stole bicycles until there were none left in the Netherlands, then rode them all the way back to Germany. The Dutch have not forgotten their history. When Dutch football teams play German football teams, Dutch fans mock the German fans by waving enormous bold posters that read, "Bring back our bikes." As a result, if you don't want to be cursed for the next 75 years, you should definitely avoid stealing a bike. It's also illegal. It is one of the serious don'ts of visiting the Netherlands. 7. Don't do drugs. You may think that it's okay to indulge in some recreational activities while on holiday. Well, sorry folks, but that just isn't allowed here in the land of wooden shoes and legal marijuana, at least not for tourists. And with stiff penalties for those who break the law, up to 12 years in prison, it really isn't worth taking the risk. So why should you avoid doing drugs while in the Netherlands? Well, first off, let's start with the simple truth. Drugs are illegal here like they are almost everywhere else. Sure, Amsterdam is known as something of a party capital, but don't be fooled by its relatively relaxed drug laws. If you're caught with more than 5 grams of cannabis, then you could end up facing heavy fines or even jail time, depending on your nationality. It is one of the serious things not to do in the Netherlands. 8. Don't take the Dutch attitude personally. So why shouldn't you take the Dutch attitude too seriously? Well, firstly, humour and sarcasm are two staples of the culture here in Netherlands. It's part of what makes living here so entertaining. Saying something ironically or with an element of humour can prevent situations from becoming serious and help keep everyone in good spirits at the same time. Also, whilst most people here do like to get things done efficiently, there's also a very real understanding that taking your time and enjoying each moment as it comes is just as important, if not more so. So don't worry about hurrying through every task. Instead, appreciate each moment you have doing whatever needs doing without feeling rushed or stressed out about it. It is one of the don'ts of visiting the Netherlands that you should definitely consider. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, always remember, no matter how hard anyone tries to seem serious when talking about anything relating to daily life here in the Netherlands, you'll find yourself laughing along pretty quickly. 9. Don't forget your jacket. Are you planning a trip to the Netherlands? Well, it's an amazing place, full of history and culture. But before you pack your bags, there is one important thing I must remind you. Don't forget your jacket. Now, why might that be so important? Well, here in the Netherlands, we get 4 seasons, yes, even summer, and as such it can get quite cold. So if you think it's going to be sunny when you leave for your journey, think again. You never know what surprise Dutch weather has in store for our visitors. Plus, since the Dutch are known for their love of fashion and style, leaving without a jacket would make you stick out like a sore thumb. Nothing worse than walking around feeling both uncomfortable from the chilliness and awkward from all those stairs. 10. Don't expect to pay with your credit card. While most places in Europe are used to accepting payment by plastic, this is not the case in the Dutch land. In fact, it's almost like they have an aversion towards cards, and finding somewhere that accepts them can prove difficult. So why is it so hard for tourists hoping to pay with their card? The answer might surprise you. Well, apparently it comes down to a few things. First off, many small businesses simply don't accept credit or debit cards because of the fees involved. Furthermore, Netherlands also uses chip and pin technology instead of magnetic stripe cards, which means that if your card doesn't have a pin, then it won't work here at all. Plus, even if your card does support chip and pin, some retail outlets may still refuse them due to its popularity as a way for thieves from other countries, especially those without sophisticated technology, to steal easily from unsuspecting customers. So basically, what we're saying is always carry cash when travelling around the Netherlands. In conclusion, we have discussed all the things not to do in Netherlands. However, if you want to make sure your trip goes as smoothly as possible, then keep this list of 10 things not to do in the Netherlands in mind. Avoid these don'ts and you'll always be able to enjoy a fantastic vacation without any potential mishaps. Thanks for watching, and we hope this video was helpful for your upcoming travels.